LVCreed. I haven't seen him race a lot because he tends to practice you know, off stream and not in any of the Sunday races. But he's also a very good, very consistent runner. He does a lot of ROM hacks too. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a great race. And we are off, by the way, both runners choosing Quickman.
LVCreed got the stage selection first.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to read where those stages are. Part of the randomizer is that the positions of the stages are shuffled on the select screen. So yeah, a lot of times what you'll want to do is pick some of the easier stages first, ones without many pits or, you know, things that can go wrong. And that's usually Quickman stage and usually Flashman stage. And so you're sitting there on the select screen trying to find Quick or Flash to select first.
Yeah, well, it's the easy accessibility of the E-tanks, I guess, is what I'm told most of all. Yes,
there are easy to get E-tanks in both stages. And believe me, E-tanks are important in the randomizer. I have rarely played a seed in which you do not use an E-tank. They're very important.
So, speaking of seeds, so far this seed seems very lenient. I mean, of course, that doesn't mean anything for the rest of the seed, but they so far are just zippy right through Quickman stage.
I'd say Quickman stage usually is pretty lenient no matter what. The only time I've had problems with Quickman stage is when there's big Sniper Joe bots and mechs coming at you. Those can be a little bit punishing, but for the most part, a lot of people pick Quick first because it's a kind of walk.
Quick for quick.
Wow, quick and quick.
As Kami would say, is this even a randomizer?
I think everybody's been saying that.
Kami says it I've heard him say it the most. That's why I mention it.
Ooh, the thing about Stuff's getting dangerously low. He's smartly taking that E-tank.
Yeah, I agree.
Better
to end up needing it, but that doesn't mean that wasn't a worthwhile
sacrifice. Much better to take that E-tank and not need it than to have not taken it and then end up dying. Dying wastes more time.
No special item there.
Yeah, we did not get any items, so Cammy is getting a little bit of a break here on Tracker.
Look at that. He got Quickman down. Go Kami.
I'm really liking the music here in Flash Stage.
So what game is it from?
Mega Man 4. One of my favorites.
Is it?
Got birds in Flash. I always love seeing these birds. They are so trolly.
So what got you into the randomizer?
So actually, a long time ago, like maybe about a year and a half ago, I can't quite remember, about a year ago maybe, Duckfist posted a new version of the Rando, version 3.7, and Kumba and I, if y'all know Kumba,
yes,
he and I decided,
quiet gentleman.
Yeah. Yes. Kumba and I decided, you know, we were just going to start racing him. So Kumba and I got, you know, really vetted this version of the Rando. It ended up reporting on a lot of issues and things. So it's kind of like we beta tested the Rando a little bit. But we've been racing him for a long time. And so I think that's kind of where maybe it started a little bit. Like Kumba and I were racing him, and then a lot of people got interested and started racing them as well. So, but anyway, enough about me.
Yes,
this is the runners.
So we're here at Airman, and he doesn't look like the wisest of Airman. He's got his back completely exposed to Creed here.
Yeah, Airman in Flash Stage, if he jumps short, he can be a little bit manageable.
So we're gonna call that dumb air.
Sure.
We have dumb crash, dumb flash. Here's dumb air.
Yeah, he's definitely he's just bouncing back and forth.
Item 3. There you go. Oh, yeah. We gave Kami something to do.
Item 3 is.
So far, Creed and StuffnThings got the same thing on their mind.
Yeah, stages.
Bubbles.
The stages are going to are pretty consistent. There's usually an order. If you're getting item 3 at this point, it's not really useful in any of the stages by itself. So they're trying to hunt for more items at this point. So they're going to more stages where it's easy to do stages without items. And Bubble Stage is one stage where normally, if you've watched the like a regular, vanilla speedrun of Mega Man 2, you use item 1 to do a little zip here, but in the rando, because you don't know where you're going to get item 1, they will be doing the buster only zip.
Yep, pause buffer only. Now, they go and they get trapped in the top wall, but do they have to input anything after they get stuck in the wall?
Actually, no. In this particular zip, all you have to do is hold left during the screen transition. And then once you see Mega Man's sprite having turned left, you release left and you begin your zip.
Ah. Alright, so I am saying StuffnThings and Creed are just breezing through this seed here.
Oh, yeah, they're really well matched. It's a really good race to watch so far.
So let's see who's behind our bubble door here. Now, Bubble Man also has an issue regarding a potential glitch in his system, depending on, I guess, who you're fighting and what direction you're facing when you kill him.
Right. We so I vetted these seeds before the runners got to use them, and what I usually do is make sure that Crash.
Oh no! Stuffy ended up actually biting the bullet after Creed defeated Bubble Man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I don't know if he had E-tanks.
Oh, did he not pick up these? He didn't pick up the flash E-tank.
So he used an E-tank in quick, but I don't think he picked up the flash E-tank, so he wouldn't have had one for this boss, and just unfortunate. But yeah, so I vetted these seeds beforehand. Usually what we want to do, there's a bug in the rando where if you have too much lag on the screen in Bubble Man's chamber, there's a possibility that you end up falling through the floor, which ends up zipping you past the boss chamber, which causes a soft lock. And so we try to make sure really laggy bosses are not going to end up in Bubble Man's chamber, and that includes Woodmans that fire lots and lots of leaf shields, and Crash Mans that are just crazy with the bombs.
So we finally have a divergence between our two runners. We have Creed choosing Metal Man, and StuffnThings choosing Woodman. Now, part of the ease of what you're seeing is not necessarily so much ease as the fact that we're actually at the stage in our tournament where all our runners are exceptional in what they're doing, and, that they know exactly all the tricks of the trade.
Yeah, so since they both have item 3 but no other items, they've chosen to go to stages for item hunting. In Creed's case, he feels that he's better with metal. StuffnThings probably better with wood. I know StuffnThings probably prefers wood because he doesn't really do the good wood zip, whereas Creed might do the good wood zip, so he's probably hoping for maybe some other, like, he can do it with item 3, but maybe hoping for some other, like, weapons. Usually it's easier to do with Quickman's weapon as well, so.
Wow, and Creed taking out Crash Man in a flash.
Yeah, it looks like Creed has actually hunted some good weaknesses. He found heat was a weakness for Crash, and I believe he found that air shooter was a weakness for air, if I was paying attention.
And he's rewarded with item 2. So now he has item 3 and item 2. He could, in retrospect, do heat, but he chose air here.
Yeah, StuffnThings having some trouble with these tin cans. They take too many metal shots, that's for sure.
And they do a lot of damage.
Oh yes, they do. He's trying to find a weapon that actually works for them to do, like, one-shot them, because they are dangerous enemies.
So for those of us watching that don't know, in this randomizer, everything is randomized. As we like to say, it's easier to tell you what's not randomized than what is. In this particular case, Mega Man, all his weapons are randomized, but his original sprite and his jump abilities and his speed are all vanilla. So he wasn't modified in that particular way. But
Yes.
As far as the robot bosses he's fighting, all of them, from what I understand, are randomized.
Yeah, they'll be in random boss chambers, and they'll have random behaviors for like their AI. Other things that aren't randomized are the item 2 and item 3 behaviors, but item 1 can be different. So item 1 can go slower or even be static.
Yeah, I've seen item 1 just kind of sit there sometimes, which is really sad because it really mitigates the functionality of them.
Stuff did not find any items in any of these stages, so he's just sitting with item 3, I think. So Creed going to metal and getting item 2 is definitely going to be beneficial, I think.
Yeah.
Although he did not use item 2 in air, which I would expect.
Well, the Metroids in the first part definitely was a hindrance. Then you got these guys dropping from the ceiling, the clouds.
Yeah, some of those you can jump over them. The Metroids will spawn low enough that you can get over them with item 2, so he could have maybe used item 2 to get across this a little bit faster. And Stuff found that metal works for these Metroids.
Oh, that for sure will make life easier. As Creed finishes the boss in Airman and gets equipped with Turbo Cannon. Alright, so now he's going to Heatman stage. He's probably gonna try to do the Heat Zip also.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. At this level, I think all the runners are doing zips and heat.
Oh, and he got mauled by the Fanish Inquisition.
You're right, you're right. Yeah, that's one of the trolly things that can happen in heat stages, is fanboys popping up and blowing you back into these lava pits.
Oh, and it looks like it's gonna be vicious. They're gonna spawn randomly.
Oh, looks like they're all over this.
Oh no, this is one of the most difficult...
That's a second death. That actually might put Creed a little bit behind. I can't tell, of course, because of the randomness of the stages, but StuffnThings died once in a boss chamber, but I don't think he's died since. Creed just took 2 deaths at the beginning of Heat. While they aren't too time-consuming, it's still 2 deaths that you don't want to take.
Yeah, definitely. I personally think Creed's still in the lead. Well... as we like to say, during the Robot Masters, it's really hard to say. Unless there's a huge lead, anything can happen during Wily 2 and Wily 4 to change this up.
Absolutely.
We've seen it.
And StuffnThings, being a
too many
zipless runner,
times,
is really good at doing the Wily stages, getting through them pretty quickly. Yeah, this Heatman stage is definitely trolly. It's almost like someone
they were getting
seeds.
it kind of easy, especially in the first 2 stages.
All right, Creed doing the heat zip here. All right, he gets it. He was almost out of ammo too. Alright, now he's just using item 2 to get across that heat gap. StuffnThings going to metal stage, so he's going to find his item 2 as well. Probably will go to heat right after metal. That's my guess.
I apologize for that. I don't know if you guys heard my...
Oh, no worries.
So what did I lose not paying attention to? And of course, Creed's already at the end of... Oh, he only just arrived at the end of Heat.
Yeah, he pulled off the item 3 zip, and then he item 2'd across the gap, and StuffnThings finished up with his Airman stage, and he's going to metal. He's gonna find his item 2 pretty soon. If I know StuffnThings, and I've played up a lot of randos with him, I think he'll go to heat right after he gets this item 2, because he's got item 3 and item 2, and that puts him in a pretty good position for heat. And he'll want to try to get item 1 for crash, because that zip also saves a bit of time.
Well, Stuffy's also had the Mega Man 1 world record on his mind a lot.
Yeah, him and me both.
Oh, so we just found out item 1 is stagnant, right?
No, item 1 actually is zippable. So Creed's doing the first screen zip. Oh, but he's finding shrimp, and this is not good because he might have to. Yeah, he's gonna use flash. Problem with that with shrimp is he can't really kill them now that he's kind of in the zip state. You know, he's in the wall, sort of.
And StuffnThings quickly taking care of Crashman here.
All right, so item 1 is usable for zips, so this is pretty interesting.
Oh, these shrimp are all over this stage.
I detest shrimp in Crash because they knock you off ladders. I think someone said before need some marinara sauce or something like that for these shrimp. Can't remember what someone was saying.
Raw shrimp though.
Raw shrimp. Yeah.
Oh, and StuffnThings finding out about the Fanish Inquisition.
So both Creed and StuffnThings getting trolled by these fans.
Well, now Stuffy is aware of the fans.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't take a second death. Ooh, Creed's getting knocked around by these bats. Those are another dangerous thing on those. You can use item 3 to mitigate that, but just anything that's floating over to you in the Crash stages is just a nightmare.
Yeah, this Crash also has been pretty trolly, but at least now they got the flying chimp, so they kind of miss out on that.
All right, looks like StuffnThings has found a weapon that works against these fans. And I was right. StuffnThings did go to heat after he found his item 2.
And here's where Metal Man has been hiding. So all Creed has now is Woodman.
Yeah, it looks like Creed is just a little bit ahead. Ooh, that fan definitely trolling.
Yeah. Vicious board.
Now, Woodman is a longer stage. So if Creed isn't doing good wood, then they might be around the same spot. Because Heatman, the rest of the stage is pretty much zip and ride item 2. So it's actually a fairly short section. Woodman stage, especially if you don't do the good wood zip, is going to be a longer stage. So I wouldn't quite put StuffnThings that far behind.
Well, StuffnThings didn't do the good wood zip.
He did not, but so we'll see what happens with Creed. If he's doing good wood, then, you know, it might give him an edge here.
Yeah, I think, well, he'll for sure be able to get to Wily first at this rate anyway.
All right, he's changing the Buster, so it looks like Creed is taking it safe and not doing that good wood zip. He's going to find a lot of tin cans on the next screen.
Well, those shrimp would have been kind of a bit of a pain to deal with.
All right, StuffnThings looked for a weakness because he had Quick on, but decided Buster is the way to go.
And Creed finding Leaf Shield clears everything in the sky. So now StuffnThings has item 1. So he can at least attempt the crash zip at this point. I'm sure the music gets him all riled up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good song. Ooh, but these bats and these shrimp.
Oh man, it's almost not worth it to zip at this point, because the shrimp are just going to keep spawning. Oh, StuffnThings attempting this a few times. Yeah, he's just going to skip it.
Now,
I do not blame him.
No, that looked like a pretty nightmarish situation to deal with.
Yeah, Creed was able to get past that because he did the zip on the first screen, and then he actually used Flash Stopper to get past the shrimp. So Creed was a little bit fortunate there. I think that first screen crash zip is actually pretty beneficial to learn if you're trying to get a good time in the rando.
Yeah, StuffnThings gonna have to find a way to make up some time here. Creed's already in Wily 1, and if you've been here enough, you know what that means. It's time to name that colored dragon and his weakness, if we want to. So, what about you, Squid? Do you have any suggestions for what you think the dragon will be?
I always like to go with hot pink.
Hot pink.
Yeah, hot pink. Well, I don't always like to go with hot pink, but I like hot pink. So
you like the Barbie girl and the Barbie girl?
Oh yeah. I want the Barbie girl dragon for sure. And as a bonus weakness, I'm gonna try to be a troll. I want the weakness to be leaf shield because it's you know, just more painful.
I guess it's also, I feel like it's not as common, the leaf shield. I am going to go with a purple. I always
like
feel
the Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon. All right, so purple, green, and pink. Is that those are the colors of Puff, right?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I haven't seen that since I was like 4. And here we. Oh well, Metal is actually weak to Buster here, so.
Yeah, he's soft, weak to Buster, so this is a breeze.
All right, so here we go. Everybody's got their colors down. Oh, I didn't pick a weakness. Oh, he's cyan, blue, and green. Did anybody have blue and green? Nope.
Well, I lost.
All right. I'm gonna go Metal.
Ooh, not Bubble.
Oh, it is Metal.
Oh, it looks like you're right. But
I
did
was a
he
little late on
even
that.
try wood though? It still could be wood.
No, he didn't try wood. I feel like wood and heat are usually the last weapons to be tried.
Yeah.
Alright, so StuffnThings finally starting on Wily 1. Creed did not take any deaths to the dragon, so now he moves into troublesome area number 2.
Yeah, it's looking like StuffnThings is a couple minutes behind at this point. But that's not to say this can't still be really close. The Wily stages are
Pico
especially
can
Wily
be a
4.
very dangerous adversary. So.
Oh yes, even skilled players have died to Pico because they are overconfident and think that they can get there without an E-tank. But let me tell you, always want to take an E-tank.
Well, maybe StuffnThings will try the wood shield for you to see if you had gotten that weakness.
I do want to see that. I would love to see it. If it was wood.
But I
yeah.
feel like wood and heat are usually the last 2 things, and air. Those are like the bottom 3.
Yeah, it depends on the behavior of the weapons. If air shooter is very, very like doesn't move horizontally very well, then it's harder to use.
So we had Creed checking the walls here. He didn't find the weakness.
It might have actually been heat, and he just doesn't need the E-tank. So he's got 4 E-tanks already. There's no need to actually break that wall. So what I think he did was he charged heat, found out that the wall took...
heat, it would have went after 1.
Yeah, so no, not necessarily. They might take more than 1. It's possible. I think it's possible anyway. But I think he tried the weaknesses, maybe found the weakness, and then moved on. I'm not quite sure though.
Wow.
We'll probably see it with stuff.
And Creed's about to face off against Pico Pico. I'm gonna name pink for Pico Pico's colors.
No,
right.
really?
Well, we can't guess a weakness. Everybody hopes it's wood, but it's not for Creed's case here. Oh,
yeah.
Is it Buster? He is Buster weak. Not incredibly weak, but slight weakness to Buster.
Yeah, that's actually not bad because it's even if it takes more than a few shots to kill Pico with Buster, you're end up saving weapon ammo because Pico it can be weak to, or is weak to 3 different weapons. And so, oh, and look, StuffnThings discovers metal is the dragon's weakness too, so I will not get my wish.
No, you won't ever know.
Well, I will know at the end, but...
Oh, yes, that's true.
So yeah, weapon ammo is very, very valuable in this game, especially because you don't know what kills the bosses. Some bosses are gonna, have really bad respawn points if you have to recharge your weapon ammo. So you really want to conserve that weapon ammo for like blue beam fights, things like that. Alien or machine if the machine ends up being weak to a weapon and not Buster weak.
So StuffnThings gets to see. Maybe he'll pick a different weakness because he needs to make up time. I mean, although 25 minutes is not a bad time in any... They'll probably... well, they'll definitely get, 30... I would say at least below 40. What would you think the estimated time of completion for the first round would be?
I'm probably putting these guys at around 35 minutes. Maybe 36. They did take a few deaths apiece. So probably around maybe 35 to 36. StuffnThings having a little bit of trouble. He needs to be careful because if he runs out of item 3 ammo, he's going to have to farm because I don't think item 1 is good enough. And oh, he makes it. That's really fortunate.
All right, so we have Guts Tank now. It's a purple Guts Tank with green hands. Oh my god, it's the Jolly Green Giant.
Alright, Stuff immediately taking the tank. I think that's a good decision. And he's gonna do Buster first.
Pico can do a lot of damage.
Yep.
And that's another thing, the damage is randomized, so... But Pico generally is always on the high end, I'd say.
The damage that the bosses do to you via weapon and contact damage is not randomized at this point, but the the damage that they take from your weapons is randomized.
Now, Creed has been conserving a lot of his specialty ammo. He didn't even go for those 2 footballs.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people who play the randomizer, especially at a high level, tend to want to conserve their ammo because you don't want to end up in a situation where you have no ammo for a particular boss, especially in the wily stages.
And he's doing the vertical zip here.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good time saver because in the randomizer, the invisible floor platforms that you guys might be familiar with, their locations are also random. So you can't just walk across the floor, or you can, but you have to be very, very careful, and it's time consuming. That zip just skips all of that.
So this area of Wily 4 is generally known as a... it could definitely be a make or break for a lot of people's games.
Oh, absolutely. I know that well.
This seems like they got it easy. They get nothing. He's got one little floaty. What are those called?
Oh, these? Oh, they're. Yeah. I think their actual name is Tellies.
Tellies.
I just call them tin cans too. Yeah, I think the official name is a Telly. I might be wrong, but I don't know all the enemy lore in Mega Man. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I obviously don't either. That's why I asked.
Well, Creed did make it through that spike room. It looks like he went down and transitioned back up when he was in the spike room. I know that was a little while ago, but I was paying attention.
And StuffnThings finding a Buster Weak Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah, and Creed is testing out wood and metal. The reason why he's doing this is because if Picos are weak to wood and metal, you don't even have to kill any of the barriers.
Oh, it's Crash is the weakness.
Ah. Oh, I know why Creed left, because he tried every weapon but Crash, so it had to be Crash. So,
okay.
you know, by process of elimination.
That bubble with that sound of the death, that can definitely throw you off your game. And it's charged heat for the boobies.
Yeah. That's a kind of unfortunate, because it's usually the last thing you end up checking.
Well, sometimes heat comes charged. He doesn't have enough heat.
No, he does, but the problem is that he's firing it too closely, and it's it looks like it's not contacting the boo beam trap. So he has to stand away. And wow, that is pretty trolly. I don't think I've seen that happen. And he almost ran out of heat.
Yeah, he only had one shot left.
That's definitely gonna allow StuffnThings to catch up if he can get that do that fight a little bit more efficiently.
Creed is at the 8 robot masters now, and he does know the weakness to some of these robots.
Yes, Creed does know, but heat was a weakness, and I don't think he's gonna be using heat. He used heat on oh geez, I forgot who it was, Crash. But I think he did find out that wood was a weakness for wood, so or wood was a weakness for air, so he might be doing that.
And he also used quick for a weakness, didn't he?
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Well, I'm sure he'll, like I said, I feel like he has a good memory for these things.
He did use one heat blast, and now he's gonna buster the rest of it down. He's probably mad that he used those extra heat charges in the boo beam fight without actually getting any results, because he could have gotten that Crash fight down a lot quicker. That's okay. Still making good time.
And Stuff skips the heat. He's checking everything else first.
I'm not surprised by that. You really, I mean, heat is usually the last thing you're checking, especially if you have to charge it. If it's a supercharged heat, then, you know, no problem. You just, you know, fire it and you're done. But if it's a charge heat, you have to sit there and wait. And then if it's not the weakness, you just wasted a bunch of time charging heat for no reason.
Three E-tanks Creed had to use for these robot fights.
This is a refights are brutal tonight.
I guess it makes a bit of a difference having that flat room, as opposed to any sort of the level design in it.
Oh, wood was weak to wood. Oh, that was what it was. We are definitely into tellies. Don't you love tellies? I love tellies.
Oh, that's what the tin cans are?
Yeah.
They're kind of magical when you think about it.
Alright, Creed chose to double back and get that health, and now he's going to the machine fight. Alright,
so who says Buster weak?
It's like a 50% chance.
Oh!
Oh, but we did not.
Nope, and it's not quick.
Now this is why you want to conserve your weapon ammo, because of this fight.
Well, thankfully it's metal, because if it was heat, he'd have to have recharged.
Yeah, I think thankfully you can have more than one metal projectile on the screen at a time. Sometimes the randomizer won't allow you to have more than one metal projectile at a time, and that makes Metal's weapon really painful.
I can only imagine, especially in the vanilla Mega Man, how easy it is to just switch over to Metal and just have it clear everything.
Oh yeah, not in the rando though. Sometimes it's just actually a useless weapon sometimes. So Creed might try to do the zip here, but item 1 was really quick to disappear and didn't go up very fast, so he probably will just walk. He might do the zip, but he might just walk.
Well, I think being in his mid-30s and knowing the caliber of StuffnThings, and not seeing him, you know, lose yet, he's running for the finish goal. You know, StuffnThings at 35 probably has to be on his tail.
Yeah, for sure. All right, the alien. It's gonna be red with a blue head.
Christmas alien.
I'm gonna call that a win. I'm calling that a win.
It's Buster Week.
And it is Buster Week. Wow.
Did you play this seed before?
I did not. I swear. I did vet the seed. I played only 2 stages of it just to make sure that there was no soft lock potential. But
well,
I did not play the
to
seed.
Creed. StuffnThings probably seeing that notification, but once again, in his breath, he knows the same thing. You're playing against somebody with Creed's caliber.
Right.
Definitely a pretty close run. We can see how quickly StuffnThings finds metal. No gamble to the second page. So this is a best out of 3. We're gonna do all the races tonight. The second race will be coming right up after we see StuffnThings win. So here we have the quiet walk. I love this about Mega Man 2. It's just no music, no nothing. It's like the walk of contemplation.
And while we're contemplating, I should mention that LVCreed did finish first place with an LCRL time of 35:36.
Ooh. When after the races are done and we get him in here for an interview, we should definitely ask him what his PB is.
Oh yeah, Creed. I think Creed's PB might be down in the 33s or 32s. All right, StuffnThings coming to the alien fight. He's gonna also discover our nice Buster weakness.
Yep.
It's always nice though at the end of a seed to have a Buster Weak alien. Just makes you feel good. And
it's like, yes, I got him as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah. And StuffnThings does finish second here in our first race with an SRL time of 38 minutes flat.
Ooh. All right. Well, GG to StuffnThings.
GG to these guys. A pretty good race, pretty good race. A few unfortunate deaths in this first one, but they made it through. Looking forward to the second race. I don't know about you guys, but I want to see. I want to see 3 races.
Yeah,
so
I'm down for 3 races.
I don't want. I'm not biased. I'm not biased, but I kind of want to see 3 races. So
I always want to see 3 races, and I'm never biased about it. I got to commentate with Creed and StuffnThings, so I ended up, I got to know both guys pretty well. So I'm rooting. I'm happy whoever wins.
All right, we'll see if these guys are ready to go again.
So we'll hand out the next seed and get the next race going. Oh, here's a fun fact about our racers. So LVCreed had gotten into the losers bracket because he lost to Metal Up, who happens to be in the finals right now.
Yes, he is. Our good friend Mega Kyle.
Our good friend Mega Kyle, where StuffnThings happens to be in the loser bracket because he lost his race against Mega Kyle. So the two finalists for our tournament, we're actually meeting two runners who were bested by them, coincidentally. And the winner of this match gets to face off against Prodigy in the losers quarterfinals. And the loser, unfortunately, will be eliminated from the tournament.
It's not so bad. You get to sit around and commentate.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the finals should be done by people who are professionals, know how to talk to people.
Did you call me professional? Oh, I feel so great. Thank you.
I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of Mega Man Randomizer. And a fan of these guys, because I find the times that all of you put in are utterly amazing. And it definitely takes a lot of work and a lot of game after game after game.
Oh yeah, randomizers are definitely a different kind of challenge, but I love them because they make the game feel fresh every time. And not that I don't like Mega Man 2, I love it. I just, it's exciting. It's like a new puzzle every time you play a randomizer. So I love that aspect of it.
And it looks like we're ready for our second race.
Yep.
So StuffnThings has to do some catch up here. He knows now that he lost that previous race against LVCreed. Once again, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I was in Stuff's shoes, StuffnThings raced a few practice races the other day and was getting some 34s and close to 33s. I think he's thinking in his mind, man, just need to make a few less mistakes and I can, I can win this race. So I'm rooting for him and rooting for that game 3.
Remember, guys, this seed is only for use in Chile.
Yes, yes.
Do not play this seed if you are not in Chile. So we're going to give our racers a moment, and race 2 should start any minute now.
Yeah, it looks like they're not ready yet, but they will be, so we just, stand by.
Looks like Stuff had a little technical difficulties here. We switched the music to Creed screen. Now we can get back into go mode.
All right, looks like our racers are ready. So we're going to start this race off pretty soon.
So the winner gets to face Prodigy in the next race. You actually lost to Prodigy recently, Squid.
Yes.
So what do you think that the winner of this race or tournament, or the winner of this particular race, how do you think he's going to fare against Prodigy?
Ooh, Prodigy's a good racer. He puts a lot of effort into the randomizer, so and he practices many seeds. Metalo does the same too, so it's no wonder that they're at the the top. Yeah, they're gonna have. I think they're gonna have a hard time. Either one of these players moving on to play Prodigy is gonna have a hard time.
I love the opening story being the story of Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, the stories are randomized.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
All right, and the race is gonna begin.
Momentarily.
Yeah, there's a time delay.
There is. Now, our racers, I do believe, are in different time zones also, aren't they?
Oh yeah, StuffnThings is in Mountain Time, and I think Creed might be Eastern. I'm not sure actually.